Hey folks, welcome back to... Man, this game is loud in my ear. Oh, you know what? I turned it up early today. Sorry. Welcome back to Let's Play Empire Earth. I am the mysterious JG. This is the game that I've played quite a bit of off screen when I've, been visiting family on long weekends and didn't get to record. Including my niece watching me play one of the campaigns and trying to figure out what I was doing, and poor thing. She was trying to get me to pay attention to her, and I was like, no, playing Empire Earth. Leave me alone. But last time we finished Warriors from the Sea, which gave me a little bit of trouble. Just in oh, see, we got all sorts of graphical glitchiness. We'll sort that out shortly. Gave us some trouble. Poor Pelops, the guy for whom the Peloponnesian deal is named. I'm trying to remember what is Peloponnesian. Peloponnesian Wars. Is there a Peloponnesian Sea? There's Pelops. For the source of the term Peloponnesian. So he finally was able to become the ruler of horse-pasturing Argos, despite the initial setback of being murdered while making a speech about horse-pasturing Argos. Eventually that all got sorted, and we're able to move on to the Trojan War. Now I'll tell you, just goofing around with these scenarios off-screen, maybe I was more willing to look... So there's a wiki for this game that gives a lot of detailed information about the Greek campaign and a lot less detail as far as like fan-written hints and tips on other scenarios. So maybe I got too much help with some of these. But the Trojan War, I remember being the one that gave me the most false starts and problems. And things kind of got simpler since then. Although part of that was my willingness to take advantage of the fact that this game... I love the fact that it gives us hero units with dialogue and any story, like, I can go back and just like replay the Warcraft 3 campaign and save scum during the tough parts and turtle and build up an overwhelming death pile on the missions that'll let you do that. And I just like playing the story missions. Same with StarCraft. Same with StarCraft 2. And this game really lends itself towards that. It's like history-based story missions. I enjoy it, but the AI is dumb. Usually, like, there's this whole, remember your rock, paper, scissors, what units do well against what, and I'm kind of like, I don't enjoy that. But this is a game where you can really take advantage of some AI exploits, like, get the AI aggroed on a unit and then have that unit retreat through your other forces, and the AI will continue chasing that unit while they're getting butchered sometimes. They will run right through towers chasing after a unit. We may have to take advantage of both of those during the Trojan War. Let's see. The Trojan War, you gonna read it? I thought the game was good.
Years have brought trouble to the sons of Pelops. The wealth of Greece is nearly exhausted.
Pelops.
Horse-riding warriors from Thessaly, who claim to be the descendants of Heracles, fight to reclaim the land from which they were driven. And, piling insult on top of injury,
is it the guy I went to college there?
The great city of Troy has abducted Helen, the queen of Sparta. Agamemnon, king of Argos, has
horse-pasturing Argos?
With his prophet. A goat is to be offered to Athena, and its entrails red. But the king feels sure he knows what the goddess will divulge to him. The city and people of Troy must be made to pay for their affront. Therefore, a siege must be mounted. If successful, perhaps the Greeks can even revive their civilization with the plunder from that glittering city across the Aegean.
Objectives. Bring Agamemnon to the other cities in Greece to gather allies for the war against Troy. Try this again. Agamemnon, Menelaus, Achilles, and Odysseus must survive. What about Ulysses? Does Ulysses have to survive? The first Greek Empire arose in the 2nd millennium BC. Today it is known as the Mycenaean civilization, after the ancient city of Mycenae in Argos. Horse-pasturing Argos, which provided most of the early archaeological evidence concerning its existence. That city, first excavated in the 19th century by Heinrich Schliemann, yielded vast troves of golden vessels, armor, and weapons. The digs revealed the Mycenaeans to be warlike conquerors who thrived on plunder, like dusty roads. and tribute. The Nasty Boys were, also Mang and the Barbarian. They were big into clubbering and plunder. Anyway, plunder and tribute exacted in their devastating raids throughout the eastern Mediterranean. But archaeology had come late to the scene. The stories of the Mycenaeans had already been known for thousands of years, but these people were the same Achaeans, Danans, and Argives who populated the pages of Homer's two immortal epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Assumed to be myths or folk tales, or even pure fiction created by Homer, scholars for centuries had refused to accept that Achilles, Odysseus, Agamemnon, his brother Menelaus, and the abducted Queen Helen had actually existed. But this all changed in 1871, when Heinrich Schliemann, using only the stories and descriptions contained in Homer's works, was able to locate the site of the historical city of Troy. Thanks to Schliemann's visionary work and the exhaustive research of the scholars who came after him, we are now able to place the Trojan War at about 1250 BC. By this time, archaeological data suggests the Mycenaean civilization was in decline, under siege from the waves of brutal newcomers surging down from the north. One of the most striking pieces of evidence of this is a wall built by the Mycenaean of Agamemnon's time that stretched across the Isthmus of Corinth, clearly intended to keep the invaders at bay. But these unstoppable newcomers eventually overran and obliterated the great cities of the Mycenaeans, and by 1100 BC, Agamemnon's people had vanished from the land. Some scholars speculate that, this is an irony so much as good timing, this may have even occurred while Agamemnon and the Argive host were engaged in their 10-year siege of the distant city of Troy. The heroes of the Trojan War returned, it seems, to find their cities plundered and their homes occupied by their northern enemies. Still, their names and their exploits were preserved in ancient stories. Then, in 750 BC, a blind poet living in Asia Minor wrote these tales into unforgettable poetry, epic poems that were remembered and passed down orally for nearly 200 years before being committed to paper. We now realize how much truth they contained about what had transpired in Troy. We have a kingdom to manage as well as a war to mount, so don't forget to put your citizens to work farming and getting resources. There are two ways of dealing with the invading Dorians. The town of Doris can be located and destroyed, or a wall can be built across the Isthmus of Corinth, the wide neck of land just north of the gold mines, to keep them out. Odysseus is your most clever ally. Make sure he stays close at hand and pay attention to his suggestions. Unlike their counterparts in the Iliad, the Trojans have a well-equipped navy as well as an army. Be prepared to face both. Your prophet is more than just a soothsayer. A good dose of malaria might help to avoid 10 years of hard fighting. And each of the other kings will be providing ships as well as soldiers, so don't forget to look around for them after Agamemnon has spoken to each king. What we're going to find is that the Dorians to the north, which I guess represent the civilizations that overran Agamemnon, or the Mycenaeans rather. This is a weird one. Again, I played it off screen, so some of this is not really going to be a surprise to me. The Trojans don't attack. I mean, they don't attack. That makes sense, right? The Trojan War was when the Mycenaean civilization sailed to Troy to sack the great city of Troy after the, kidnapping of Helen. So there's nothing where we have to defend ourselves from Troy. When we get to Troy, there's going to be a big-ass army, and it's a big pain in the butt to defeat. But we're under no immediate pressure, except that we have this group called the Dorians attacking, and they are a pain. And they say you could either build a wall to keep them out or take out their... I think we want to just take them out. And then our canon can be, and not only do we take them out, not only does that make it easier to deal with the Trojans, we won't have any pressure on our side. We can just build up as much as we want before we set sail for Troy. We'll also say, and that also means that nobody takes our stuff while we're gone, and we have permanent victory for the forces of Argos. Argos, even today, Argos is considered the capital of the world. And then you got a quick look there at my Steam homepage. You guys doing a little dance there? Well, they were as soon as I said that.
My lord Agamemnon,
that guy's dancing now.
You must kill
is he a son of Pelops?
Goat in the sacred pit, marked by the stones.
That's Alexander the Great on the right. It's the same model anyway.
Can I determine what the gods demand of you?
I cannot be bothered with such menial tasks. Have one of my nobles do the bloody deed.
And whichever one does it, you're a loser who does menial shit. Agamemnon, that seems unwise, man.
Ah, yes. I have interpreted the signs from the offering, sire.
Are you on the level?
And the will of the gods is clear.
Are you getting paid off by somebody to say this?
You must travel to Sparta, Achaia, and Ithaca.
Ithaca?
In each city, the ruling king
Isn't that where Cornell is, and more importantly, Ithaca College?
When you accept, each will then agree to join you in a war.
They will join in the funky
Troy.
dance of your gold shield guys.
They can provide ships and men, and each king must accompany you on this quest. The time is ripe for vengeance.
Speaking of ripe, guys, we need to invent antiperspirant deodorant.
Woo! Menelaus is the king of Sparta. Achilles rules in Achaia.
You tell Achilles to take that big robot, shove it up his ass.
Is in Ithaca.
Sorry, that's
that's
from the classic film Robot Jocks.
To join in this great war.
I think the soothsayers of the day would send people on these long quests because they figure, well, succeed or fail, it's going to take them years, and I'll be dead of old age by the time they get back, so it's all good for me. This is an elite warrior.
What will you? For the king.
I guess this is our group 1 here. Alright, so we got our villagers. They can't do very much right now.
Kingdoms will fall.
And this is where it's tricky. Okay, so we got points to spend. We increased our pop cap. We got better spearmen. We got better archers. I think later in the campaign. You see, I ended up putting points into ships, but there's really only like 1 or 2 campaigns where you care about that. Because there's battleships, which are pretty cool. Frigates and galleys, I feel like they're not that big a deal compared to battleships. But it's going to be a little while before we care. Religion, I don't find that interesting in this game. We could get... And the more points you spend on any category, the more you specialize, the more it costs. So they make it expensive to do this. Mountain combat bonus, I don't think I care. I mean, we could do gold mining and... Yeah. You know, they don't recommend it, but I got a lot of use out of towers, so I think we might want to get good towers. I can certainly afford the points that in my off-screening I put into ships that we're not going to use into towers. But actually, just making art, like cavalry, spear cavalry will eventually care about quite a bit. Alexander's campaigns, he uses spear-type cavalry, but it's way ahead of the time we need them to be good. And the other thing is the spear melee. We have hoplite-type guys on like every... like every scenario we're going to have them, so... Could just make them good. They got armor, they got attack. I could give them hit points. I don't care too much about speed. Hit points. Yeah, let's just have really good hoplites, because we're going to be falling back on them quite a bit. And I think they cost iron rather than gold, which is handy. Then, building walls and towers. We're just a little bit short of what we would need for range. Well, more than a little short, but I think that could work. Alright, so we're going to want to build a granary. I guess we're going to want to explore a bit. I happen to remember our resources that we're going to want are all up here, but they're going to come under constant attack.
Carlos.
So we can go visit these other kingdoms.
Talos.
Or we can get our farms going first.
Stoma.
'Cause, like, we do know we'll need them.
Sunte. Stoma.
Talas.
Yes, master. For the king, Olympus speaks.
Olympus speaks.
Yes, master. Kingdoms will fall.
Talas. Kalos.
Yes, master. Okay, my lord.
Okay, my lord.
For the king.
Blimey. We're the Bad Batch, my lord.
Okay, my lord.
We could try to use these guys to
For
explore
the king.
where we would want a wall to
Okay,
be
my lord.
and get that wall built. I could try to do this more efficiently than I did
Kingdoms will fall.
off screen because
The earth is not
this was the hardest part of my off screening, was containing the freaking Dorians before launching the Trojan War. Trying to figure out where.
Okay, my lord. The earth is not enough.
Seems pretty plausible.
Talas. Stoma.
These wretched barbarians from Thessaly. What are they called? Dorians? They're becoming a real threat. I must station men along the border here, or in some way take steps to protect my land. Olympus speaks.
We lost a guy. I was really kind of hoping we wouldn't.
Sunte.
But you know what? If I can get this wall built,
Kalos. Stoma.
Olympus speaks.
I kind of messed it up there, didn't I? Oh well. I don't think this is gonna work. I think we got too many Dorians here.
Olympus speaks. What will you? Olympus is under attack.
Oh, there's archers down here. Yeah, walling it off, like, immediately is not possible, looks like.
What will you? Olympus speaks.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Okay, it was a thought. I thought I would try to get it going real fast, but I think we're going to need to have an army with us when we first go to take that stuff. We're not gonna be able to wall it off instantly.
What will you? Yes, my lord.
Okay, that's a lot of food and a lot of iron. Spearmen cost iron, so it might have been a mistake to power these guys up all that way. But these guys are gold and wood, so we could probably have a few of them.
Sunte. Stoma. Kalos.
Let's go for the attack and the range. That'll only leave us 5. So our spearmen won't get... We'll still go for hit points, we just won't be able to get it yet.
Talas. Pote. Carlos. Pote. Stoma.
Kalos. Kalos. Kalos.
Talas. Carlos. Stoma.
Yeah, the opening gambit here was the toughest part. We're going to have quite a bit of just hanging around gathering resources once we get rid of the Dorians. I might even have to do some of that off screen to avoid having entire videos of just gathering resources.
Carlos. Stoma. Carlos.
Okay, apparently that can't be sorted out.
Kalos.
Pote.
Kalos.
Olympus speaks. Yes, master.
Kalos.
the king.
Pote. Stoma.
Okay, we're like out of wood, which ain't good. Oh, it really isn't good. We don't have enough to build a settlement. Yikes.
Carlos.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Yes, my lord. For the king.
Stoma.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, you don't have enough. Oh, never mind. You guys did all build. It's one of the reasons we're out. You know what? I messed this up. Let's just start over. I messed up. Okay. We will get this thing rolling right. I wanted to rush peasants ahead to get some towers built to aid with the initial fight with the Dorians, but I think I got a little too aggressive with...
Talas. Stoma.
Sunte.
We got to get our first
Stoma.
gathering point down there just to get wood.
Kalos.
I forget, did they tell us what houses do in this game? Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure if I know what houses do in this game.
Pote. Carlos.
So we won't upgrade the archers yet. I want to upgrade these guys so they won't die. But the archers can remain unupgraded until we've got...
Pote.
Well, we only need to hold on to 100 wood, really.
Kalos.
And we actually don't need to hold on to that much now that we've got... yeah, gold will be the limiter here. We don't need to hold on to 100 wood because we can now get wood from that
What will you?
one-spot shop down there. So let's scout ahead and have an army that's defending these resource patches. And then they can defend peasants who can actually build frickin' towers and stuff.
Dauda. Yes, my lord. Dauda. Sigeno. Yes, my lord. Okay, my lord.
These red villagers are from an allied group. They're okay. It's the green horsemen that we care about putting a stop to.
Yes, master. Okay, my lord. For the king. Olympus speaks. Kingdoms will fall. Sigeno.
Okay, they're still creeping up. But yeah, the green guys are just going to be kind of a harassment force. But they can really... They have quite a few guys. They just don't organize any attacks on anything more than just beating up your workers.
Olympus speaks. Kingdoms will fall. Olympus speaks. What will you? Kingdoms will fall. Yes, my lord. For the king. Stoma.
Close ranks around the king, guys.
Talas, Stoma. Carlos.
These wretched barbarians from Thessaly. What are they called? Dorians?
Bunch of jerks, if you ask me.
I must station men along the border here, or in some way take steps to protect my land.
Makes sense to me. Fighting one at a time, it's not too bad. But, whoa! Yeah, that's not one at a time, is it? That's a bunch of guys. Wow. Okay, now this group came out of it okay. Our hero's a little fouled up, but our archers got killed in a hurry. We should get this power up going over here on the range. But yeah, like if we can just get this defensible, that was the biggest pain. Like the initial assault on Troy is going to have a bunch of dudes. But that big ass army of horsemen just hanging out, ready to fuck your shit up, they were a problem.
We're under attack.
Pote, Stoma. Caltes, Carlos. Stoma.
Yes, we're under attack. Yes, my lord. Okay, my lord.
These jerks are trying to kill civilians. We stay at their posts and keep building while getting attacked. I dig that. I think maybe they can tell that this is bad news for them, me having defensive structures. So yeah, we got all these guys we're supposed to visit, but our best move is to leave them alone until we've got the Dorians contained and can start building our force. Because they will give us a group of forces, and we can use them to attack the Dorians, but they don't get replaced. We can get more stone. So we don't have to worry about having a really finite number of towers. We've only got one stone collection place, but that should be plenty.
Yes, my lord. For the king. What will kingdoms will fall?
Talas, Stoma. Carlos.
This is probably be fine. I mean, they can swing around here and attack, but
Pote. Stoma.
Talas. Stoma.
got more people on the way here. Nope.
Talas.
You guys should all build it up.
Pote. Talas. Carlos. Stoma.
Talas.
Carlos. Talas.
Once we get this built up, I know it's just about time to call it a video, but we'll populate this so that we have an actual town here, and then we can actually start hitting up resources.
Talas. Talas. Stoma.
Is it even worth repairing this thing? I don't know. We'll do it for the hell of it.
Pote. Carlos. Stoma.
And here we go, guys. We are we're ready to send 15 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's a lot of food that's been used. But the idea is to get... Oh, you know what? It would have been faster to send them from here, wouldn't it? Oh, well. And I think this is what we're going to have now. Dribble drabs of green horsemen and occasional archers attacking these towers. We need to start gathering all of the resources. We just had an autosave. And actually, I think I'm going to do a manual save and call it a video. When we come back next time, guys, I think I'll just pick right up from where we are and not try to play ahead gathering resources, because we don't know what's going to happen with the gringos attacking us. So we'll call it here, but next time... I know it seems silly, but to me that's like one of the toughest parts, is just that opening gambit. We're going to want to, I think, take out the green village rather than just leave it. Although arguably at this point, we've got them contained. You can tell me what you think about our strategy of actually engaging them next time, or this time. Either way, I'll see you guys later.